Hey, I just wanted to make a quick video with Shield Arms mags and the problems I've been having with them. Some people may think it's a small problem. To me, it's a big problem because you shouldn't, something so simple, you shouldn't have a issue with it. So essentially the problem I've been having, especially with these two, are drop-free issues. With this, well, I have 3 Glock 43Xs here, and I'll get to that in a minute. This one has a Shield Arms mag catch in it, mag release. These other two don't, because the mag catch is really irrelevant for this demonstration, because I've switched them out anyway, and I still have the same result, so that didn't really matter. So here's the problem I'm having as far as drop free goes. See, hardly coming out. Trying to show you my hand isn't getting in the way or anything. Now here's the other problem. Again, my hand's not in the way. So you would think you could just get it to come out, right? With some inertia. Well, hardly happening, right? Rip it out with my finger, all fine and dandy. Same mag. Let's try that again. Again, my hand ain't getting in the way. Inertia. Come on. Well, it hurts my arm doing that. So this is another one I've been having a problem with. Again, same deal. Can't get it to come out. Pull it out. This one's hit or miss. Sometimes it falls. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, it kind of dribbles out. Usually, even like in this position, the thing still should kind of shoot out. But it doesn't. So, and again, so I did send these magazines back to Shield Arms, and they claim that they test them through 8 or 6 guns or something, because all the frames are different or something as they come off the line from Glock. They're just basically trying to say this is different, kind of like tolerance stacking type deal stuff. Mainly you'd see with like 1911s, especially custom built stuff. Tolerance stacking could be an issue, and you could bring you problems or whatever. With modern guns, with moldings and stuff, that really shouldn't be that big of a deal, especially with this part. I mean, it's a magazine, it's a box going into a box. Really shouldn't be that big of a deal. But anyway, I'm gonna take the same mags. I got 2 other 43Xs here. Now, like I said, I didn't change out the mag release on these because it's really irrelevant. Just to show you, I wasn't going to waste the time to do it, because you get the same result anyway. So this is the one that's hit or miss as far as dropping goes. No, it doesn't want to come out. That one should. See if it dribbles out here. Hardly. These are the 2 real problem ones. Again, hands not in the way. And flick it out. Right? Again, hands not in the way. Pull it out. Here's the other 43X. This is the hit or miss mag that sometimes falls out. Oh! Just kind of dribbles out. These 2 again. Same result. That came out a little more. Oh yeah, there we go. Maybe we're loosening her up. That one's a little better. Shook the hell out of it, but I got it out. Now see, they should shoot out Glock OEM mag. This is a training mag. Should shoot out just like that. See, I even have it at an angle. And let me double check, make sure that was. I'll even have it at an angle here. They should shoot out like that. That's kind of how a magazine should shoot out, right? And again, at an angle here. See, now I kind of got it to do that, but still I use gravity and it comes out. You know, I could at least cool guy flip it or whatever. Probably not at a severe angle, but see what I mean? So it should that out, see? Usually when you're at your reload, you know, you have it wherever, it should just pop right out. Shouldn't be that big of a problem. But apparently with these Shield Arms mags, I don't know, the ones I got are a problem. Why that is, I'm not entirely sure. Well, I kind of know. So what they told me, the service rep I talked to, his name was Tanner. And, yeah, I don't know if he's just given lines to say or what, or he just doesn't know a whole lot. But, so I think they said they measured it, and they're a little bit thicker right here, both of these. These two got sent back to Shield Arms. This one didn't, because this one, it's hit or miss. So I was just going to use that as a range mag. But they said it meets spec. Okay, so whose spec are you meeting? So it almost sounds like they have their own spec for their own mags to fit in this gun that they don't make. So these guys have a spec. These guys have a spec. If what they were saying about tolerances and specs were that close to where a magazine either drops free or doesn't, or works or doesn't, why am I not having trouble with OEM mags in any Glocks I've ever had, between the 9s, 40s, 45s? Gosh, what else have I had? And I've bought in so many mags over the years. Not a problem. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But I mean, it happens. And sometimes it's not even the mag, but if it was that big of a deal with tolerances and specs or whatever, again, why aren't the OEM parts having that problem? How are they getting it right then? So whose spec are these guys following? I think they're following their own spec and just giving the excuse, well, it's within their spec, so it's not covered under warranty. So these are not covered under warranty, which is kind of a problem to me, because mags should drop free, and anybody should agree with that, especially for, you know, self-defense stuff or whatever. You know, I'm wasting time coming up here, especially since I can't even throw this thing out like this. So I can't even throw it out one-handed. So I'm having to waste time to come up here to get it out and then go for a spare mag, as opposed to it just dropping free and going to a spare mag. So they say these two mags are not covered under warranty. Which I don't agree with, reading their warranty stuff. You'd think it'd fall under the workmanship or something, or, I mean, that's how a magazine should function. Part of the function is falling out so you can get a new one in. And if a magazine didn't come out, then your gun doesn't run if you got one stuck. So basically what they're telling me is I could go out and buy 10, 20, 100 of these. If none of them drop free, but they work, well, that's not a warranty covered issue. You could have a drop free problem with all of your magazines, and Shield Arms will tell you it's not a warranty covered issue. So you could go out and spend, what are these things, like 40 bucks? I forgot what I spent on them. $35, $40, give or take. So you could go out and spend that on 3 megs, on 6, 12, whatever. Half of them could drop free. All of them couldn't drop free, and according to them, this is not covered under their warranty, and the magazines work fine as long as the magazines are working, because they work as in you put it in, you can shoot it, but the other part doesn't work where it needs to eject out on its own. And just the way they handled it, especially talking with Tanner, I don't trust these things. I would like to. I'd be the first guy to tell you, no one's ever came out of a fight. We've never came out of a firefight going, holy shit, I wish I had less ammo. I don't think you'd ever hear anybody say that, like, I wish I had less ammo. Like, I get it. I want 5 more rounds, but I also want my shit to work. I'll just take less of something that works. That's fine with me. I'll take the 10 that I know works as opposed to the 15, and possibly have a problem with it. Because the other thing they told me, which is kind of a red flag, as opposed to just changing this out, should kind of been a red flag. Well, was a red flag for me, but everybody ranting and raving about them. Guys I trust have talked about them and said they're great. Said they work okay. So I just figured I'd give them a whirl. But having to change this out was kind of a red flag for me already. I don't go away from the whole OEM thing. And this is kind of the reason why, especially with magazines, because a magazine can make or break a gun. Anybody should know that. Like, if this thing ain't working properly, your gun's not working properly, and it could be a bad day. Most of the design of these is designed around this thing right here. This one. But so basically, one of the things they told me, because they sent me some, I'll get to that in a minute, but they told me wrap a magazine up, I think painter's tape, slap it in, heat it up with a hair dryer, I believe it was, and basically you're expanding your grip. Well, I'm already not happy about having to switch this out. Now you want me to thicken this up just a little bit so your guys' stuff works. No, what if I want to go back to these for whatever reason? Like, what if these guys go out of business? And, what if, I don't know if expanding this would make this not work as well. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to try it. You could have it. Better not stick that one in there because that one gets stuck. But yeah, it could pose a problem with your OEM ones. And OEM ones, they're, plentiful right now as opposed to these. So, I mean, what's the point of going proprietary and I can only get 3 or however many when I could go out right now? I think the store the other day had dang near 10 of these, and they cost less. So, but yeah, that kind of, I was not for that. And apparently they wrote their owner wrote some article or something where they tested these drop-free things, and or about the issue about these dropping free. And that's where I think they talk about the whole tape thing. And they talk about their tolerances with these. Apparently they have 6 test guns. Well, I just did 3 and they don't work in 3 of them. Are you telling me I'm that unlucky? But apparently the 2 I sent in drop free just fine from their test guns, according to Tanner. So A, he either lied to me, because I find it hard to believe they drop free in all the test guns, or they have modified their guns to where they won't see that issue at all, and they'll just say, well, they worked in our test guns. That would be my theory, because how can I have 3 of them and have them not work, but they have them work in all of theirs? Yeah, I kind of call bullshit there. So he either lied to me, or they have their guns modified where maybe they've, expanded this so that if someone sends them in, they can cover their own butt and say, yeah, they dropped free. We didn't see a problem with them. Yeah, they were a little thick, like I said earlier here, but they're within our spec. Well, like, whose spec are you trying to meet? Clearly, this is one company's spec, this is another company's spec, and it's not matching up. At least with these 2. Well, almost this 3rd one still probably doesn't. Yeah, dribbles out. But I don't know, the way they handled it. For one, the way they handled it kind of ticked me off. Basically, Shield Arms wanted to send me used magazines. So, I'm sorry, back up. After they tested them and measured them to their spec, basically, old Tanner, or whoever told him, they offered to send me 2 used magazines. I think they said they had that measured a little thinner here. And then they keep these. Well, these are brand new. I haven't had these, but I don't know, 15, 20 days, not even a month. Like, I'm not giving you 2 brand new magazines I just bought for used magazines. Now, they could have new parts in them, and maybe they repainted them. I don't know. And maybe they were Gen 1 magazines. I don't know. I didn't ask after, at that point, because I even offered, I'm like, well, can you just send me the base plate, like a heavier base plate? Because I think they have a steel or aluminum. I can't remember. Like, can I just change this out? Maybe they'll be a little heavier just to drop free or something. Well, old Tanner said no. Well, okay. What if I rip the guts out of the, take a base plate off, take spring out, follower, and just send you back this piece, and you guys send me 2 new ones of these, this piece right here, and hell, I'll even send this back and you guys can keep it. And that was a no. They just wanted to give me 2 used magazines that they said measured a little smaller right here. Like, I'm not, how much do these cost? Like $40, 35, give or take. Like, I'm not giving you 2 brand new mags for 2 used mags. No. I didn't ask if they were going to be Gen 1 or Gen 2, if they were, he didn't even use the word refurbished. So I don't know if they'd be refurbished, if there would be scuffs on them or anything. I didn't go that far, because it's like, no, I'm not giving you 2 brand new mags for 2 used ones. And I essentially mentioned, like, I bet you if they were your mags, you'd want them to drop free. You'd expect them to drop free like, you know, any other gun or whatever. And I think he got a little offended by that. And that's when they created the shipping label and just decided to send them back to me. Which is fine. You want to send me back 2 mags that aren't working, I can make a video and share it. Like I said, some people may say, well, so what? They still work. It's 15 rounds. Turn them into range mags or whatever. Well, again, you can't find a lot of these. So I typically have three range mags. I have 3 of these for range mags too. So these are still kind of scarce. On top of that, I don't want to have to be ripping it out each time. If I'm actually training, like I have for like decades now, magazines have dropped free. Some of the old GI military mags and your AR or M16, you know, if you were in the military, dude, ones that didn't drop free got tossed. I mean, see ya, peace out later. Or they just changed out that shell or whatever. This part, you know, no big deal. I mean, magazines get beat up, this shit gets bent, you know, in the military or whatever. You know, I've always trained to the magazine drops free. So if I'm training with my self-defense gun, I have 2 mags. I don't want to have negative training to where I'm training so much that I'm training to rip the mag out each time instead of just going for a reload like I've been doing for decades. Basically, I'm retraining. And, you know, that's how it's negative training, because then if I have ones that drop free, well, I've been doing this so much that on my drop free magazines, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now I'm wasting time. And I could cause a malfunction where it doesn't fully drop then or something. So, I don't know. To me, this should fall under their warranty. You know, their workmanship or however they want to word it. Like, the thing's not functioning like it should. Part of the function of a magazine should be falling out. If it doesn't fall out, I can't load more, or I'm wasting time pulling this thing out. So, I mean, anybody should agree with that, you know, especially if you've had to use these things for protection or whatever, you know. You expect the things to drop free. You expect your gun to go bang. Sure, you have the occasional hiccups and stuff, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with training to that, but again, I'm not doing it every time, when for decades they drop free, no problem. I haven't had issues. So yeah, sorry I've kind of rambled. I didn't write anything up or anything to do this. I think I'm gonna take these back where I got them. Not too happy about it, and just not just the drop free part, but the way the company handled it. I'm not too happy about it, especially when you got like Palmetto State. They're coming out with a 15 rounder as well, and I don't even know if you need to modify your gun, like put the mag release in, because the one thing that sucks about this one is the OEM mag. That one can really get stuck in here. Usually you have to pry the damn thing out. There we go. That was a little harder. So it's not really interchangeable. Maybe you have to lock it back. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't. Well, last time they were really getting stuck. The OEM mags were when you had this mag release installed. It still doesn't drop free. Still doesn't come out. Interesting. Well, I've switched back This one I switched for this video, but I have had the OEM catch, and these work just fine. So, and the thing's in there, right? I don't know. I know the spring's in there. I mean, I take these things apart all the time. So I was checking everything out, made sure the spring was fully in there. So OEM's working this with OEM catch just fine. Switch to these. Now I'm having drop-free problems. I mean, these will shoot right out of this gun just fine. As in, you know, drop-free, shoot out just like these other ones, like it should. I mean, why isn't this one getting stuck in any of these three? If there was that big of a tolerance issue or something, I mean, I don't know. How many of these do I have now? Quite a few. Most of them are loaded up. I think I only have 3 of them that aren't. Because they're range mags. That's a range mag. They all shoot out of these guns just like drop free, just fine. Why aren't any of them sticking or having any kind of hiccup like that? So, I don't know. Someone said, because I wonder if these bulged a little bit. I've read somewhere they might have used thinner metal with these, so maybe they bulge after you load them to 15, and maybe if you keep them loaded to 15, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to keep them long enough to really even care. Because like I said, I don't like shying away from OEM, especially with Glock, because Glock mags are, I mean, they're the best, really, and why I thought these would help me, or be better, just as good, I guess. Just goes to show, like, I should have never switched to begin with or bought those. So I'll probably just end up taking them back. And then I'll just switch this back out after the video, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to, like I said, I just wanted to share this with you guys. You know, the problem I had with it, and then the process, you know, as far as warranty claim goes with Shield Arms. People have said they've been great. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see any of it. You want to give me used stuff or tell me to modify my gun more. I don't call that good customer service. You know, like I said, I tried to, like, hey, just send me this piece. I'll send you this one back. Give me a new one of this. They said either wrap your magazine in tape, put it in, and heat up your gun and expand it, which I don't know if that'll cause an issue with an OEM mag later on down the road if you decide to switch back, because I think I already said it, these are kind of scarce. I can buy a bunch of these right now. These are on the shelf still. And like I said, Palmetto State's coming out with some. These guys aren't going to be the only ones with 15 round mags for this. So they probably shouldn't be treating their customers like that. They should probably consider that a warranty issue, because it's a warranty issue. And why they want to tell me that, I don't know. And then they want to send them back to me not working. Like they should. Like any other magazine. Like this magazine. Like a PMag. I mean, you could almost consider a PMag aftermarket, but I mean, is it even aftermarket anymore? That's almost standard for ARs anymore. I mean, even M16s. I mean, military people were running them for how long? I think they eventually banned them or whatever. People still may use them or whatever, but those work. They drop free. I think some of them had issues in the beginning, if I recall correctly. They might have had one of those. Might drop free. Hell, I think they replaced those. If I remember correctly, I think Magpul replaced those when people had drop-free problems with it. I know I have one around here somewhere, which to me it wasn't, I mean, it didn't cost a lot. Or maybe I got a new one back. Maybe I don't have that. So maybe I don't even have that one anymore, but I think Magpul was replacing those. I mean, they had problems with their 9mm PMags. I never really got into those either. Like I said, I stick with OEM. But as far as I know, they fixed the problem. I believe when people had the issue, they replaced it. It wasn't a big problem for Magpul to do that. So they did it. You know, these guys aren't doing it. I don't know what the problem is, but especially when you got competition coming up, I don't know if that's how I would be treating your customers right now. Saying, well, it's not a drop free is not a warranty issue as long as they're working. So what you're telling me is I could buy 3 of these, I could buy 6 of them, 10 of them, 100 of them. If they don't drop free, it's not a warranty issue. So yeah, whatever, I guess. But just kind of wanted to share that information with y'all, and sorry I kind of rambled and maybe kind of double covered some stuff. Like I said, I didn't write anything out or anything crazy, so yeah. Let me know what you guys think, what issues you may have, because I know some people swear by them, so yeah, just kind of want to spread the word. Buyer beware.